How many times has Israel violated the ceasefire they agreed to with Lebanon? Oh, only about over 100 times. How can they get away with this crap? Hey, don't you know who we are? We're the chosen people. Yeah, F you. What am I, just a guinea from the Bronx? Save it, Jack. The God's chosen people, according to Naomi Wolf as well, a Jewish woman, God chooses people who live in the spirit of God. So save your religious fairy tales for somebody else. Oh, how about the ceasefire with Hamas? Oh, they broke that one too. Oh, they only slaughtered, what, about 84 Palestinians yesterday? On and on and on and on. No, not in the media. Nope, don't report this. Don't put that in the news. What ceasefire? Trump is nothing more than a spoiled daddy's boy. And again, just to make this clear, couldn't stand the last little piece of scum, genocide Joe Biden. So going back to Trump, last Friday, in 2 weeks, I'm going to announce what I'm going to do to Iran. The next way, bombs away over Iran. Oh, Saturday? Oh, when all the equity markets were closed down? Because if he did it on a weekday when the equity markets are open, the stocks would have crashed and oil prices would have spiked. The exact opposite happened because on Monday he announces a ceasefire. Oil prices dropped, what, some $13 from their high? Markets skyrocketed back up. Nah, this isn't going anywhere. It's another, hey, you elect me, I'm going to be the peace president. Yeah, right. And again, we had all his quotes, how when he ran for president, how he's going to be for peace. You bombed another country. You can get away with this crap. Oh, in violation of the Constitution of the United States, by the way, just to make that clear. Iran was no threat to us. Here, the Iranian conflict breaks out, late 1970s. They taught the American people to hate the Iranians. Again, the facts are all there. A piece of scum. Winston Churchill, who gave us World War II, and Kermit Roosevelt, the MI6 and the CIA overthrew Mossadegh's government. You know why? Because Mossadegh had the balls to say the oil in Iran belongs to the Iranian people, not to Anglo-Iranian Oil, better known today as BP, or Standard Oil, better known today as ExxonMobil. The stupid, ignorant people look up to little Jimmy Carter. Oh, yeah, with the scumbag Brzezinski, that was his guy. Oh, yeah, who gave us Mujahideen, which became Al-Qaeda because they wanted to stop the Russians in Afghanistan. He comes back from spending New Year's Eve with the Shah and his wife, him and Rosalind Carter. This is when I became a political atheist and a trend forecaster. Comes back on New Year's Day. All the little boys dressed up in their little drag costumes salute him as he comes out of the helicopter. And he says that the Shah is the island of stability in the Middle East. In the Bronx, we have a saying, bullshit has its own sound. People had no idea the Savak, the secret police, the arrogant dictator, piece of shit Shah. They were slaughtering tens of thousands of Iranians after he took over. The Savak, the secret police, made the SS look good. So I started playing the gold and oil futures markets. I said, this thing's going to go down. I placed $5,000 bets in the futures markets, and each one brought it almost back then to $750,000. That's how I became a trend forecaster. I look at things the way they are, not the propaganda that they're selling. How fucking stupid can you be? I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. I'm a liberal. I'm a conservative. I got a mind the size of a pig. How about being a nobody and just look at the facts? There's a great book that everybody should read called War's a Racket by Smedley Butler, the most decorated Marine in the history of the United States at the time, 1930s. He says what a crime syndicate is. What they did in Haiti, what they did here and there, stealing this, stealing that, stealing this and stealing that and killing people. And here's the other bullshit. The King of England, King Charles III. Hey, if you were Italian, you'd call it the Mafia. The royal family. Screw you! What royal family? You're a bunch of fucking thieves. Well, the sun never sets on the British Empire. We kill people all over the world and steal what we want, and the shitheads swallow our crap, roll out the red carpet and kiss my ring as I dress up in my drag costume. Same thing with the Dutch, one after another, all over the world. These are crime syndicates. Go back to your Trends Journal. When they announced that we're going to have negotiations with Iran, we said this was a load of crap and it was going to lead up to war. And we said it was a farce about Trump and Netanyahu not getting along with each other. They're talking to each other all the time. Read Trump's speech on last Saturday. He praises Netanyahu. He goes, we work together like no two teams ever worked together. What are you talking about? This is to get the people's minds off the facts. Trump is totally sold out Zionist. Oh, you forgot that he got, what, $100 million from Sheldon Adelson? Oh, yeah, we're moving the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Hey, you know that land you stole from Syria, the Golanites? Hey, it's yours, all right? The numbers, according to some people from Marion Adelson, gave Trump over $200 million when he ran for office. His son-in-law, Jared Kushner. You mean the Kushner when Netanyahu used to come to America, would stay at the Kushner's house? The Jared Kushner, who we quoted in the Trends Journal in March of 2024, that's very, quote, valuable waterfront property in Gaza. And the Palestinian people should be moved into the Negev desert. Yeah, that Trump you're talking about? The Zionist Trump who has that little clown boy, Huckleberry, Hucklebee, Hucklecrap, an arrogant fat slob. Oh, the former governor of Arkansas. Oh, and his daughter was Trump's mouthpiece. I forgot in the first term. Now he's the United States ambassador to Israel, saying that God gave Israel this land when he spoke to Abraham 3,500 years ago. Hey, got some. Was God got lockjaw? The only person he ever spoke to was Abraham. I got to believe your fairy tale. This is the guy, Trump. You're talking about duplicity and Trump's deals. Yeah, he built like the Atlantic City, the casino. They screwed the contractors out of their last payments. These are facts. Trump only cares about himself. And again, that's why we have been bullish on cryptos, not because we like them. I don't believe in digital nothings. I believe in gold. But now the whole Trump team, the whole Trump family, they're in the crypto business. Let's go back to what he said before he became president the second time about Bitcoin, how much he hated them. And then you're talking about the Ukraine war. Hey, you elect me. I'm going to end that war in 24 hours, all right? Hey, now that I'm elected, I'm going to end that war before I get into office, all right? How could people swallow the crap spewing out of this arrogant guy's mouth? Well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe they'll have me killed. Where's the outrage? Oh, calm down, Celente. The markets are rigged. How about another arrogant boy, Jamie Dimon, the head of JP Morgan Chase, convicted of 5 felonies. What was one of them? Rigging the precious metals market. 2019, they only had to pay $900 million for their crime. The whole game is rigged. What do you got? 3 companies, BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street own over, 88% of the S&P 500? Let's go back to 2018, December. The worst Dow since the Great Depression, 1931. What happened? Trump got Powell there. I want you to lower interest rates. What did Powell do? January, downwind interest rates. Look who used to be the Treasury Secretary of the United States under Joe Biden, a murderous bastard that loved every war. Oh, Janet Yellen. Oh, Miss Fatchabrut. Yeah, from, what was her last job? Oh, she was the Fed head. Wait a minute. You mean the former Fed head was the Treasury Secretary? It's one big club, and you ain't in it. I'm very bullish on gold because, again, the wild cards, the wars are going to ramp up. Look what just happened in NATO countries. They're going 5% of their GDP is going to a defense now. It's a waste of money. Oh, Germany, 3rd largest economy in the world, in recession for 2 years, and you're borrowing $1 trillion to build up your military? Oh, and our infrastructure so that the bridges could hold the tanks. Oh, and they're all selling the crap that this is going to increase their economies. No, it's not. This is economics 101. Economies increase when the products manufactured in a country are bought by consumers. These products aren't being bought. You're just going deeper in debt. It's only going to the military-industrial complex. Every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired signifies, in the final sense, a theft from those who hunger and are not fed, those who are cold and not clothed. The world in arms is not spending money alone. It's spending the sweat of the laborers, the genius of the scientists, the hopes of the children. This is not a way of life at all in any true sense. Under the clouds of war, it is humanity hanging on a cross of iron. Dwight D. Eisenhower warning the Americans that the military-industrial complex was destroying the nation. And here we are. I'm 4.5 hours from Montreal. My friend went up there last week, took Amtrak. I call it Amcrap. You ready? 10 hours up, 10 hours back. The roads are all rotted. Potholes everywhere. Countries fall into crap in front of our eyes. But we're going to spend $1 trillion for the military. All right? The United States is just a warmongering nation. I used to say The 20th century was the American century, but the 21st century will be the Chinese century. Why? Because the business of China is business, and the business of America is war. China started the COVID war on January 2020, the year of the rat. They destroyed their economy. It hasn't come back. Over 30% of China's GDP is real estate related. Depending on whose numbers you look at, between 50 and 90 million empty apartments. You look at the GDP of China before they got into the World Trade Organization, it's like that. They get in and the GDP skyrockets. With every boom, there's a bust. They overbuilt it. But to make a bad situation worse, they had 3 years of zero COVID policy and locked down the nation. The damage they've done is incalculable. It's going to take China years to get back. Again, we write the data, everything's going down. And one of my sayings is when all else fails, they take you to war. What followed the Great Depression? World War II. What followed the dot-com bust? The War on Terror. What followed 39 weeks of protests in Israel that the president of Israel, Isaac Herzog, back in 2024, called it a civil war is raging in Israel. The people were taking to the streets in protest of Netanyahu's Judicial Reform Act, which said, I'm being brought up on these charges, but I'm going to do away with the court so I can have a free ride. Hamas attacks, everybody forgot it. We're off to war. 3 days after Hamas attacked, it was reported that the United States and Egypt warned that the attack was going to happen. And since that time, a number of newspapers and news sites, including Haaretz, Netanyahu knew about it, that it was going to happen, and he let it happen because it gets the people's minds off the other problems. So when all else fails, they take you to war. If we don't have peace on earth, it's going to be the end of life on earth.